From the consciousness creation capital of the world, Los Angeles, California, the United States of America, it's the Robert William Abrevaya Show, starring Robert William Abrevaya. This is Robert William Abrevaya, inviting you to join me for stand-up comedy by the official comedian for the 2012 elections and a speech. The United States of America should relegalize marijuana. And now, ladies and gentlemen, here's Robert! Yay! Good evening, ladies and gentlemen. Glad that you're here. I am Robert William Abrevaya, and I am the official comedian for the 2012 elections because I've inhaled more marijuana than Barack Obama and Mitt Romney put together. Thank you very much. These guys are rookie tokers, they're rookies. Biggest problem in Washington today, rookie tokeritis. But before I get into the freedom of thought fun, Mitt Romney chose Paul Ryan to be his vice presidential running mate, and already people are saying, wow, Ryan has better political skills than the guy at the top of the ticket. I think that may be true, but I'm not sure that it really means that much because in the land of the morons, the idiot is king. Mitt Romney refuses to release his tax returns. I wonder why. Gee, do you think he might have something to hide? It's lifestyles of the rich who pay no taxes. This raises the issue, kiss my Swiss bank account. I'm looking forward to Romney's next public appearance. Can't you just hear it now? Thousands of people chanting in unison, Mitt, 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 Isn't it great that the Republicans chose to hold their convention in Tampa, Florida? They had to cancel the first day of the 4 days of the convention because they had the convention in the middle of Hurricane Alley in the middle of the hurricane season. And these geniuses want to be in charge of national security. Putting your convention in the middle of Hurricane Alley, in the middle of the hurricane season, is only slightly less stupid, only slightly less dangerous than putting your convention between New Jersey Governor Chris Christie and the all-you-can-eat buffet. By the way, we have Comedy Store shirts on sale in the box office. We have them in all sizes, small, medium, large, extra large, extra, extra large, and, say it with me, Chris Christie! We fit everybody! Are you enjoying the 2012 presidential election? We get to choose between the Democrat, Urkel, and the Republican, Snidely Whiplash. It's Urkel versus Snidely Whiplash! And we get to decide who's less annoying. Who's less annoying, Urkel or Snidely Whiplash? Sorry, too close to go! I am the official comedian for the 2012 election because I've inhaled more marijuana than Barack Obama and Mitt Romney put together. Thank you very much. These guys are rookie tokers. They're rookies. You know what a rookie toker is, right? A rookie toker is anyone who has not inhaled enough marijuana to know that marijuana should be legal. It's the biggest problem in Washington today, rookie tokeritis. But there's a cure. H.R. 2306, the End Federal Prohibition of Marijuana Act, the cure for rookie tokeritis. And there's a cure for rookie tokeritis in California. Please support the California Marijuana Initiative. Please support the California Marijuana Initiative. It's time we put the sacrament back in Sacramento. And speaking of rookie tokers, did you hear the big news out of England? Prince Harry admitted that he smoked marijuana, or as they call it in England, cannabis. That's right, the young royal third in line to the English throne admitted that he smoked pot. It gives a whole new meaning. It gives a whole new meaning to the phrase, Your Highness. And speaking of rookie tokers in England, I'm the Baron of Blends. You're Speaking of rookie tokers in England, former President Bill Clinton admits that when he was a student in England, he tried marijuana, but he said he didn't inhale. And in a related story, Bruce Willis admits he appeared in Hudson Hall, but he said he didn't. And speaking of marijuana, I'm starring in a new movie about the legalization of marijuana in California. It's called Beverly Hills Crop. Beverly Hills Crop, starring Robert William Abrevaya. Did somebody say marijuana? Co-starring Billy C. Marijuana for your line? Yeah. Nothing like the herb. Special guest star Jack Nicholson as Barack Obama's shrink. You want to know what your problem is, Barack? You want to know why you're a rookie toker? I'll tell you why you're a rookie toker, Barack. You want to know why you're a rookie toker? You can't handle the herb! That's why you're a rookie toker, Barack. Music by the Bush Boys. Wish they all could be marijuana girls.
Now whiskey girls are easy, and wine makes them feel alright. And beer girls and chicks may be real quick till the boyfriend serves looks at night. Vodka girls are easy too, not cocoa tastes so good. But I can't wait to get the back in the safe to put the consciousness where it should. We say all can be marijuana. We say all can be marijuana. We say all can be marijuana. No.
Billy will stop on the Robert William Abrevaya Show, as seen on NBC's Live with Greg Kinnear. The Robert William Abrevaya Show on the Robert William Abrevaya channel. RobbertWilliamAbrevaya.lit.tv. That's the Robert William Abrevaya Show on the Robert William Abrevaya channel. See it soon at a computer near you. As you may know, President Obama won the Nobel Peace Prize. What you may not know is that Mahatma Gandhi was nominated for the Peace Prize 5 times. So they were interviewing Gandhi last night. He was doing interviews again, and they asked him, Mahatma, in view of the fact that in the United States of America in 2010 there were more than 853,000 marijuana arrests, what do you think of the American legal system? Gandhi said, I think it would be a good idea. See, because it's 3 million lawyer jobs a year, 1 million prosecuting attorneys, 1 million defense attorneys, 1 million judges, 3 million chances for lawyer vultures to eat out your substance, 3 million lawyer vampires extracting your precious bodily fluids. People suck your blood 3 million times a year because you smoke marijuana. Oh, Green Lantern. What's the difference between Dracula and a lawyer? What's the difference between Dracula and a lawyer? Sorry, it goes cool. People suck your blood 3 million times a year because you smoke marijuana. We are the lawyers. We are the vultures. We are the vampires who suck your blood 3 million times a year, so just keep giving. You can go for BO or Mitt McCain, whether the same party with a different name, the Prohibition Party. So keep supporting the one-party Republican dinosaur duopoly. We are the lawyers. We are the vultures. We are the vampires who suck your blood 3 million times a year, so just keep sheeping. We can't create a totalitarian police state unless you're willing to collaborate. So keep supporting the one-party Republican dinosaur duopoly. Can you believe that they put Sam the Liar Alito on the United States Supreme Court? They put a lying lawyer on the exalted United States Supreme Court? Wait, did I say lying lawyer? Sorry, redundant. You say Alito, I say a liar, I say a liar. You say Alito, a liar, Alito, it should be a veto. Let's call the whole thing off. Let's call the whole thing off. He's a liar. Jambalaya, crawfish fry, Billy Gumbo. For tonight I'm going to impeach Judge Sam Alito. Recently, television station KRWA broadcast an editorial favoring the relegalization of marijuana. It is a policy of KRWA to provide a forum for spokesmen of other points of view. Now, with an editorial reply from The Tonight Show starring Johnny Carson, speaking in rebuttal, Mr. Floyd R. Turbo, Mr. Turbo. My name is Floyd R. Turbo American. This hippie Woodstock inhaling television station said marijuana should be legal. This raises the issue, kiss my bong. If marijuana is supposed to be legal, it would grow on trees, not in little plastic bags. Just because George Washington grew marijuana on his farm does not mean that you and I should have the same right. I, for one, think that Martha Stewart already has too many greens in her garden. It is not a good idea to increase the amount of freedom of thought in society because most people are not smart enough to think for themselves. We do not need more freedom of thought. What we need are more lawyers to do our thinking for us. Lawyers are smarter than we are. That is why we pay them so much money to write stupid laws that do nothing but make more work for lawyers. And answer me with this one, Mr. Editorial Writer. If they legalize marijuana and no one is getting busted, who will feed all of these starving lawyers in Beverly Hills? They cannot have your lawyers at a concert on Rodeo Drive. Gucci's does not make designer soup kettles. If they legalize marijuana, they will make everyone on the United States Supreme Court use marijuana on the job. Otherwise, how else will we know whether the Supreme Court is the highest court in the country? For all we know, there could be a bunch of judges sitting around some court in the middle of Montana somewhere smoking some really good herb, and they might be the highest court in the land. If they re-legalize marijuana, they will, pretty soon they will want to re-legalize things that really are dangerous, like alcohol, tobacco, and Sara Lee brownies. You do not think that Sara Lee brownies are dangerous? Then why do you think Roseanne Barr is understudy for the Goodyear blimp? If they re-legalize marijuana, they will sell it by the carton and tax it, and then pretty soon everyone will be so high no one will remember. If they re-legalize marijuana, they will sell it by the carton and tax it, and then pretty soon everyone will be so high no one will remember. If they re-legalize marijuana, they will sell it by the carton and tax it, and then pretty soon everyone will be so high no one will remember where they left the national debt. My wife said, that's right, I'm married. I made sure the old hand was smashed out of her quart on vodka before I proposed. My wife said she wanted to try marijuana because she thought it would raise her consciousness. I told her she did not need marijuana to raise her consciousness, and I proved it too. The next time I was smoking a tobacco cigarette, my wife started to sit down next to me. However, unbeknownst to her, I put the lit tobacco cigarette underneath where she was going to sit. You should have seen it. I raised her consciousness that much, just like that. That is my motto. Thank you, Mr. Floyd Arturbo, for that editorial reply. I have a solution to all of our problems. you know how there's a car czar, there's a drug czar, there's a peanut butter czar. Why don't we just create a czar czar? Put one czar in charge of all the other czars, all our problems are solved. Next. More music by the Bush Boys. Toke City, here we go. You know we're either out token or we got a puppet going. Toke City, here we go. You know it's two inhalations for every high, and all you gotta do is just make a buy. Yeah, we got a Toke City, grass is number one. Yeah, we got a Toke City, gonna have some fun. Yeah, we got a Ham City, is number one. Yeah, we got a Grass City, gonna have some fun. Now, 2 tokes for every high. And if a bummer breaks down on me somewhere on the Toke route, Toke City, here we go. I'll roll a J with a paper and get in my toke suit. Toke City, here we go. You know it ain't got a carton or a filter flow, but still gets me where I wanna go. No. Yeah, we got a Toke City, grass is number one. Yeah, we got a Toke City, gonna have some fun. Yeah, we're gonna answer the youngest number one. Yeah, we got a Grass City, gonna have some fun. Now, 2 tokes for every, 2 tokes for every. Bush Boys, Beverly Hills Crop on the Robert William Abrevaya show. See it soon at a computer thing. Robert W. Abrevaya.blip.tv. Thank you. Oh, this just in. I have a late report from the newsroom. Dateline Tehran, Iran. Mahmoud Ahmadinejad was not re-elected president of Iran. They did recount. They found out he was actually elected governor of Illinois. Some kind of default computer error. Vote early, vote often. Oh, this is another late report from the newsroom. Dateline Tehran, Iran. Iran's supreme leader, the Ayatollah Khomeini. Iran's supreme leader, the Ayatollah Khomeini, has decreed that Mahmoud Ahmadinejad will not be governor of Illinois. He will be president of Iran. Supreme leader said he didn't choose Mahmoud because he got the most votes. He didn't choose Mahmoud because he'd be the best president. He didn't choose Mahmoud because he's the best looking. He chose Mahmoud because he liked his campaign song. Have you heard it? I'm in the mood for jihad, simply because you're Jewish, and whenever you're Jewish, Mahmoud's in the mood for jihad. Are you enjoying the early innings of the healthcare debate? I can't wait until the Soylent Green doctors working 36 hours a day start going postal. How much is that kid in the window? The one with the bouncy tongue tail. How much is that kid in the window? I do hope it is for sale. Don't worry, comrade, if you're a member of the party, the kidney will be for sale. I'm turning into Russian comedian Yakov Smirnov. I'm Yakov Smirnov, comedian from Russia. Russia's different than Hollywood. I went down to Santa Monica Boulevard. I saw Wonder Woman. She looks like a woman, but you wonder. What a country. Thank you, Uncle Sternor.
Well, Belgrade girls really knock me out. They leave the West behind. Oh, and Moscow girls make you sing and shout. And be all always
Yes, sir, Uncle Dodo. P.O. to us. Same as the old us. And now, ladies and gentlemen, return with me, please, if you will, to a time 2 million years ago. To a time of your great-great-great-great-great-great-great-grandfather 100,000 generations removed. Return with me, please, if you will, to the dawning of man's awareness. Return with me, please, if you will, to the primordial marijuana, forest, fire. The summer is hot, the earth is parched, the forest is tinder. A bolt of lightning from the blue. The primordial marijuana forest is on fire. The primordial marijuana forest is on fire. Your great-great-great-great-great-great-great-great-grandfather, 100,000 generations removed, smells the fragrant aroma. He likes the smell. Soon he notices he's feeling especially good. And then the birds. I've never heard them sing so sweetly before. Perhaps they're feeling especially good too. I could imitate their sounds, create new ones of my own, and share them with my family and friends, beginning music. And the green of the leaves and the blue of the sky have never appreciated how beautiful they are together. If I've seen the green of the leaves and the blue of the sky 1,000 times before, but somehow I never appreciated how beautiful they are together, if I think differently now about the same old perceived subjects, if I think differently now about what I used to think, if I think differently now than I thought then I think. I think, therefore, I am a thinking being. Being of man. And the green of the leaves, the blue of the sky. I could take green plants to my cave and blue rocks and recreate this pleasurable visual revelation. Beginning of art. And then, yeah, I'll do it again. And if I've seen the green of the leaves or the blue of the sky 1,000 times before, and I think differently now about the same old perceived subjects, if I think differently now than I thought before, therefore I think. I think, therefore, I am a thinking being. First time man realized he was a thinking being. First time man realized he was man. First time man was man. Beginning of music, beginning of art, the beginning of man. All thanks to the primordial marijuana, forest, fire. Truly, marijuana is a wondrous herb. And now, ladies and gentlemen, one reason we can grow such high-quality marijuana in California is that we have great weather. Sometimes, though, it does get a little bit hot. In fact, you can even say it was hot in Southern California today. How hot was it? You may be wondering. It was so hot in Southern California today that Madonna was dirty dancing with a popsicle. And now, ladies and gentlemen, you may have seen the Tonight Show starring Johnny Carson. It is time to introduce a visitor from the East. He is the all-knowing, the all-seeing, the all-omniscient, senior sage soothsayer, and the former bowling coach of Barack Obama, Karnak the Magnificent! Good evening, ladies and gentlemen. I am Karnak the Magnificent. I hold in my hand the envelopes. As a child of 3 can plainly see, these envelopes are hermetically sealed. They've been kept in a mayonnaise jar and pumpkin McMiddle's pork system to no one but I, in my mystical and borderline telepathic way, can reveal the answers, having never before seen or heard the questions. The first envelope, hermetically sealed, the answer contained therein is hermetically sealed. Head Start. What do you call the first toke of the day? Head Start. It's breakfast for your head. What is a marijuana omelet? Food for thought. What are hash brownies? Our next slipping into Hollywood hot tub. Jackpot. What do you call pot you get from a guy named Jack? parsley, sage, rosemary, and marijuana. Name 4 solid herbs. Have you noticed the theme yet? Potluck. Potluck. What is the opposite of marijuana-lessness? Potluck. Everything in the world you'd ever want to know about marijuana is in that joke. You are wrong, Bongy Brand. You mean there's more? Yes, there is. Joint appearance. What do you see at a pot party? The Bong Show. How do you describe the entertainment at a really good party? The Bong Show. I mean, John Fans on the Bong Show. Bob Fans on the Joint out. Residual gastrointestinal byproducts. How do you describe the marijuana policy of Barack Hussein Romney? Residual gastrointestinal byproducts. How do you describe the marijuana policy of Woodrow Obama? Both oils and cowardice. How do you describe the marijuana policy of Obama Romney? The teetotaler and the totalitarian. The teetotaler and the totalitarian. I just said that. The teetotaler and the totalitarian. How do you describe the marijuana policy of Romney Obama? Of mice and mice. How do you describe the marijuana policy of Obama Romney? They're the same guy. How many ways can I say it? 999. How do you say no, no, no in German? 999. How many pounds did New Jersey Governor Chris Christie weigh before his most recent diet? May Chris Christie be your fitness guru. 999. How many times did Michelle Bachmann ask her husband for sex before he agreed? May Michelle Bachmann be your gaydar instructor. 999. How many positions has Mitt Romney had how many positions has Mitt Romney had on every issue? 999. 9. A weather vane, silly putty, and an Etch-a-Sketch. Name 3 things with firmer principles than Mitt Romney. You know what Romney's favorite restaurant is? The International House of Waffle. I'm going to defend Mitt Romney for a minute. A lot of people say Mitt Romney looks like a used car salesman. A lot of people say Mitt Romney looks like the guy who just fired you. Huckabee's line, that's funny, right? A lot of people say Mitt Romney looks like a guy who wears funny underpants. I don't think this is a fair criticism. I don't think Mitt Romney looks like a used car salesman. I think Romney looks like a used robot salesman. Can I interest you in a pre-owned 1854 Can I interest you in a certifiable pre-owned 1854 Romney? No thanks, we already have one. He's in the White House, they're the same guy. Harvard Law 75 and Harvard Law 1991, they both put George Washington and Thomas Jefferson in prison for growing hemp. They're the same guy. Adolf Hitler, Newt Gingrich, and Michelle Bachmann. Adolf Hitler, Newt Gingrich, and Michelle Bachmann. Name a Nazi, a nudie, and a nutty. Hit it the vote! What should you say about anyone considering voting for Obama Romney? See that? More than 90% of the people already. Ladies and gentlemen, obviously, a Marxist Muslim Trojan horse. Who is Michelle Bachmann? Oh, you see, you have a dirty mind. I know what you were thinking. You thought I was talking about Sarah Palin. Oh, no, that is just a joke. I do not really think that, wink, wink, Michelle Bachmann is a Marxist Muslim Trojan horse. The final envelope, but I was first to my impression of Secretary of the Treasury, Timmy Geithner. Not everyone does an impression of our esteemed Treasury Secretary, Timmy Geithner, but I do. my impression of Secretary of the Treasury, Timmy Geithner. I'm not a smart man. Putting Geithner in charge of Treasury, like putting Al Capone in charge of the Organized Crime Task Force, you're not going to get a good result. Or as it says in the computer programming world, Geithner in, Geithner out, Geithner out! I would now like to do my impression of President Obama speaking to Secretary of the Treasury, Timmy Geithner, behind closed doors. You big dummy, you! The final envelope, Chiquita McIntosh and Timmy Geithner. Name a banana, an apple, and a peach! Thank you, contact the mechanism. Well, it's time for our closing song. Nothing can smoke that can't be smoked. Nothing can talk that can't be told. Something you can told, learn how to feel inside. It's easy. All you need is ham. All you need is ham. All you need is ham. Ham is all you need. All you need is ham. All together now. All you need is ham. Everybody. All you need is ham. Ham. Ham is all you need. Ham is all you need. Ham is all you need. Ham is all you need.
Shampoo, yeah, yeah, yeah. Shampoo, yeah, yeah, yeah.
Ham is all you need. 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 Lots of chili. Equal time for high time. Smoke the Einstein with Feinstein. This is Robert William Abrevaya. The Robert William Abrevaya Show. Thank you, and please stay tuned for the rest of the program. More, encore. The United States of America should re-legalize marijuana. It is in the best interests of the United States of America and the world to re-legalize marijuana. George Washington grew marijuana, then referred to as hemp on his farm. So did Thomas Jefferson. Benjamin Franklin used hemp paper in his newspaper business. The first draft of the Declaration of Independence was written on hemp paper. The first draft of the Constitution was written on hemp paper. Indeed, the historically legal marijuana cannabis hemp plant is inextricably intertwined with the birth of our nation. Please consider 34 the most important reasons why today's American citizens should have the same legal right profitably enjoyed by America's founding fathers, namely to legally use the beneficial, personal, historically legal marijuana cannabis hemp plant. The specific re-legalization reasons are freedom of thought, First Amendment, consciousness, self-determination, and individual autonomy, the pursuit of happiness, inconsistent with America's economic system and America's political and social ethic, privacy, justice, Eighth Amendment, Ninth Amendment, equal protection, medicine, food, fuel, fiber, environment, family farms, employment, tax revenues, budget deficit, trade deficit, prosperity, crime courts, prisons, respect for law, wiser allocation of governmental resources, drug dealing gangs, organized crime, international terrorism, national security, unconstitutional governmental conduct, prevent the totalitarian police state, choosing a freer future, and peace. Freedom of thought. The laws which criminalize marijuana use abridged freedom of thought make such use a thought crime and therefore are and should be judicially declared to be unconstitutional. A thought crime is any act with a significant cerebrational component that contravenes a criminal statute. Marijuana is a psychoactive substance. A psychoactive substance, by definition, has a significant effect on cerebrational processes. It affects how we think and what we think. Thus, marijuana use has a significant cerebrational component, and such use is, at the present time, a thought crime, a quote crime, unquote, a quote crime, unquote. Marijuana is a teacher. Marijuana is a consciousness creation tool. Marijuana is, at least potentially, a vehicle of consciousness improvement. New and different inputs, whether these inputs are from a book, a television program, or a psychoactive substance such as marijuana. New and different inputs help to create new and different thoughts. Relatively, potential inputs that an authoritarian government censors before they can reach us have no opportunity to and therefore cannot teach us. Inputs censored before they can reach us cannot teach us. First Amendment. Participation in a debate is an activity protected by the First Amendment. Unfortunately, under the current unconstitutional marijuana laws, I would be, quote, guilty of a, quote, quote crime, unquote, if I chose to use marijuana while participating in a debate. I have found that marijuana improves mental functioning. I would be pleased to debate President Obama or anyone he designates, or President Obama and anyone he designates, or any other two opponents of relegalization at the same time, provided that I am allotted an amount of time to speak that is comparable to their combined amount of time. During that debate, presuming sufficient prior arrangements, I would be pleased to use marijuana within full view of all those choosing to proceed the debate. Unfortunately, under the current unconstitutional marijuana laws, Obama can conveniently, might it be more accurate to suggest pusillanimously, hide behind the fact that using marijuana while participating in a debate is at the present time a thought crime, a quote thought crime, unquote, a quote crime, unquote. Consciousness, self-determination, and individual autonomy. Thomas Jefferson wrote that he opposed, quote, every form of tyranny over the mind of man, unquote. Every adult American citizen is endowed with a fundamental, natural, inalienable, universal human right to choose, control, and determine his own consciousness, his own spiritual, mental, emotional, and physical condition. Thomas Jefferson wrote that he opposed, quote, every form of tyranny over the mind of man. John Stuart Mill wrote, in non-liberty, quote, this, then, is the appropriate region of human liberty. It comprises, first, the inward domain of consciousness, and then the liberty of conscience in the most comprehensive sense, liberty of thought and feeling, absolute freedom of opinion on all subjects, unquote. Self-determination of consciousness is a sine qua non of the free and full exercise of the universally recognized right of self-determination of peoples, now being applauded in the former Soviet Union and elsewhere. Again, quoting John Stuart Mill, quote, over himself, over his own body and mind, the individual is sovereign, unquote. A government that claims to be committed to protecting the sanctity of private property, but which in fact attempts to deny us dominion and control over our own most private possession, is at best lacking logical consistency and may in fact be guilty of attempting to brainwash us with its own modern version of Nazi propaganda minister Goebbels' infamous people eye technique, unquote. The pursuit of happiness. According to the Declaration of Independence, quote, the pursuit of happiness is one of our, quote, inalienable rights. Millions of Americans regularly use marijuana to pursue happiness. Marijuana is a happiness drug as well as a thought drug. If happiness cannot be pursued in one's own consciousness, in one's own being, where can happiness be pursued? Inconsistent with America's economic system and America's political and social ethic. The neo-totalitarian police-state propagandists, the would-be thought controllers, mind manipulators, the Partnership for a Drug-Free America might be more accurately described as the Partnership for Tobacco, Alcohol, and Pharmaceutical Drug Monopoly. The neo-totalitarian police-state propagandists, the would-be thought controllers, mind manipulators, have been attempting to brainwash you into believing that you are somehow not smart enough to think for yourself, that you are not wise enough to make your own consciousness decisions. By contrast, the relegalization of marijuana argument presumes the validity of a basic tenet of America's economic system and of America's whole political and social ethic, namely, that reasonable, responsible, prudent adult American citizens will use freedom wisely to improve the quality of your lives. The neo-totalitarian police-state propagandists refuse to concede the validity of this quintessentially American principle. Reasons 6 through 31 are summarized in the 6th edition of the Robert William Abrevaya Show, also on robertwabrevaya.zip.tv. 32, preventing a totalitarian police state. In 2010, there were more than 853,000 marijuana arrests by the lawyer prison industrial complex. Both Barack Obama and Mitt Romney would put George Washington and Thomas Jefferson in prison for growing hemp. Choosing a freer future. Thought control or freedom of thought, government control or individual responsibility, tyranny or freedom. The choice is still ours to make, but delay increases the risk. Peace. The increase in freedom of thought, the resulting improvement in individual and collective consciousnesses, and the synergistic effect of all 33 of the other relegalization reasons should increase the prospects, improve the prospects for the creation of a just, harmonious, and enduring world peace. When President Jimmy Carter was a president concerned about promoting human rights here and abroad, Carter said that America should be a beacon. President Ronald Reagan also found the beacon metaphor appropriate. President Clinton also found the beacon metaphor appropriate. We, as United States citizens, are at a unique juncture in world history. Demographically, a microcosm of the world, we have the opportunity to transform our already great nation into the paradigmatic showplace of freedom, justice, prosperity, and peace. The incentives for achieving this are tremendous. The global village has contracted so dramatically that the day we achieve true freedom in our own house, the resulting beacon could be bright enough to light every other house on the planet. Relegalizing marijuana and making freedom of thought a reality in the United States of America could do more than anything else to hasten that day's arrival. I would like to thank you for choosing to perceive the Robert William Abrevaya Show. This has been the Robert William Abrevaya Show. I am Robert William Abrevaya. Thank you and good day.